Hey fam, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Today we are going to talk about my first 6 months on YouTube. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about why I think I grew so quickly on YouTube. We are going to break down my payment month by month and maybe some tips and tricks and just a little bit of data that you might find helpful along your YouTube journey, or maybe you just find this interesting. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is primarily a budgeting and a cash budgeting community. We do a little bit of everything though. We talk about budgets and cash budgeting, but we also talk about how I'm making money on Etsy and YouTube. This is my full-time income. I'm a single mom of 2, so everything is really riding on my Etsy and YouTube income. So with all of that being said, welcome. I hope you will subscribe and stick around on this journey with us. But now let's take a look at the computer. For the purposes of this video, we are only going to talk about my YouTube income and numbers. We're not going to talk about Etsy at all. That is completely its own, that's going to be its own separate video. The two are very closely intertwined though. I do highly recommend, if you have an Etsy shop, that you put yourself on YouTube or Instagram, or what are the other things people are doing these days? Put yourself on a platform. It really helps you grow your community, and though that community is going to be the people that are supporting you on your Etsy shop primarily, really. But that is a whole different video. I know I did a 1-month update on YouTube, but let's start from the beginning just in case you guys are new. So I did start my very first video was on July 16th of 2021. So we are presently, at the time I'm filming this, at the end of February 2022. But for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna focus on July through January, those first 6 months. So you can see here that my very first video went live on July 16th of 2021. And I do put up a lot of videos every single month. I think that consistency really matters when it comes to YouTube. I think if you make the platform a priority, then YouTube will in turn make you and your channel a priority. So that very first month, I started in the middle of the month and I uploaded 8 videos. You will see though, this little graph is charting every single month and how much I made, but down here on these numbers, you can see that I published 8 videos. It says 9+ videos, but if you take a look at the details, it says that I published 10 videos for September, but it only starts tracking the end, or September 9th on. So it's not tracking all of those videos. I think this data just caps out at 10 videos. So like October 11th, I definitely was not skipping the first week of every single month as far as uploads go. So I probably upload 12 to 15 videos per month. I did not get monetized until the middle of September. So you can see here that my very first YouTube check was for $504.24. So we're just gonna run through these numbers really quick. In October, my second month of monetization, I made $1,016.27. And then in November, I made $2,024.69. You can see that it's consistently going upward at this point. December, I made $2,824.95 just from YouTube AdSense. And then in January, it's starting to trend down. So in January, at the 6 months of being on YouTube, for that month, I made $2,317.73. So that is my revenue broken down month by month. Okay, so you can see, I just hopped over to a different screen. You can see on this screen my entire revenue. My very first 6 months on YouTube, I made $8,687.87. So you can see how consistently I was uploading. All of these numbers down here are video amounts, or like when I uploaded videos. So between October 20th and 25th, I had 4 videos. So that is just a lot of videos. So switching over to the revenue tab, we can see more details about that income. You can see the spikes going up and down. How much I'm making day to day is constantly changing. It just depends on what video is going up and what's going on. I will say you will see a major spike around this time, and that is when one of my videos in particular got picked up, and we will talk about that. Even on these lower days, so you see $84, $44, $29, $59, that is still amazing money to be making on YouTube just 6 months in, right? Just to have any kind of side income. So that's the numbers right off the bat. I wanted to give you guys that because I know that is something that a lot of you are very interested in. I do want to jump over to revenue though and talk about some details. And you can kind of see here too, like the monthly estimated revenue. This breaks it down month by month, how much I was making. And you can see February is taking a major hit. Like that's an understatement, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about why I think things are going the way that they are. Okay, before we jump into why I think my channel is growing so quickly and then why I think my income is slowing down, let's look at one other thing with these numbers. So you can see let's look at December of 2021. You can see that my CPM is $21.18 and then the RPM is $14.20. So CPM is basically how much advertisers are paying YouTube to run their ads. $14.20 is what I'm getting out of that cut. So these are my numbers for December, so 21 and 14. And then if we look at January, for example, it went from 21 and 14 down to $14.36 and $9.34. There's a couple ways you can think about this, right? And I am no expert, very new to this platform, but my thought is it's either two things. In December, companies are paying a lot more towards their ads, therefore we make a lot more money in December just because our cut is larger. January, my payments went way down because companies are spending a lot less on their ads comparatively to when they were at the end of the year in November and December when I had great payouts, right? Okay, and that is the popular opinion and likely the right opinion. My other thought is that it could have something to do with videos that I'm producing because in October, November, December, my videos were, how do I put this? I was putting a lot more time and energy into my Etsy and YouTube, and then in January I got really bogged down with orders, which was great, but I got really busy with Etsy, so I stopped putting attention onto YouTube like I was. And then same with February. So we're kind of jumping into another point now, but in February, I have just been taking a little bit of a break before I jump into a really busy season with Etsy and with YouTube that's coming up. So the popular opinion and probably the correct opinion is just that ads are not giving as much money now as they were at the end of the year. So there's not much I can control about that. My income is going to take a hit on YouTube the beginning of the year. So, I mean, you can look at it like there's not much I can do to control the situation, but then you can also think there's another side of me that is thinking, okay, maybe in January, February, these slower months on YouTube, maybe you just need to be more strategic about what you're putting out because some content does have a higher CPM and RPM versus other content, right? So that might be a little bit of a scattered thought, but that's just where I'm at. Okay, so going back to this screen, let's just talk about this for a second. So I feel like I kind of rushed over this number. So I want to just say again, like $8,687.87 in the first 6 months of me even being on this platform. So I feel very grateful for that. I think that is amazing. That's a great number. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. You guys are my biggest supporters. You're my best friends. I appreciate all of the support that you guys have shown me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think I can ever say thank you enough. But now, like there's a very human side to this. And I feel weird just like talking about subscribers as if they're a number, but I also kind of realize that's what we're here for in this particular video. But I mean, I don't know, it feels kind of weird. But anyway, let's focus in. So the first 15,000 subscribers gained on this channel are all kind of mapped out here as far as how many subscribers I was gaining day by day or week by week. I think this first part of the graph is very typical and what a lot of you can expect for typical growth for a channel. So I started out pretty slow that first month, gaining just a few subscribers every single day. And then I had a video, I'm gonna call it like pick up in the algorithm, and I got 98 subscribers in one day, which was amazing. But then of course that video that got picked up, it kind of trends down really quickly. I think this is very typical for most channels. So on my best days, I was getting 127 subscribers or 158 subscribers on a good day, right? Because my typical would be more like 30 subscribers or 40 subscribers or even 19 subscribers per day. So I think this first part of the graph is very, very typical. And then all of a sudden you see this spike upwards of a lot, right? So at the end of December, I had a good day of 110 subscribers, and then it just kept trending up every single day for a while until at its peak, December 29th, I had 451 subscribers, and then it started to trend back down, but more slowly than typical. I was still getting 384 to 200 for a while, and then now we are at a point again at the end of January, in the middle of February, to where it's again more typical. 50 subscribers, 80 subscribers, 30, 50. You guys can see the numbers here, right? So how did I grow so quickly? I have a few thoughts, but I think overall it wraps up into this one video: how to start an all cash budget. Now, do not stop here. Do not say, oh, I need to make this one video, because I have made very, very similar videos to this one video. But I think because I uploaded this video at the right time, it hit and I got lucky. So November 6th of 2021, I did upload this video. It did not get a lot of views right away, but at the end of December, it was just there at the right place at the right time, and for whatever reason, YouTube picked it up, and that video now has over 110,000 views, which is crazy. That is my best video by far. I don't want the takeaway to be that you need to make that specific video. I want your takeaway to be that you need to be, one, uploading consistently, and that your content does matter. If you are just uploading the same thing over and over, like this month for me, February, I've mostly been uploading cash stuffings. And that is great because I'm really just for this month, I'm just trying to engage with my subscribers. I'm uploading something that I want to upload, but I'm really not putting a lot of time into YouTube, and it shows. If you are uploading consistently and you are uploading new content and fun ideas and new products, that is when your channel is going to grow the most, because it wasn't just that one video for me, but you will see spikes in my subscribers and in my views when I am making new things for my Etsy shop, so people are interested and I'm able to share that. You will see spikes when I'm creating new content, like this video right here. It may not get a ton of views, but it might, and it is going to bring in new people to the channel that may not otherwise be interested in my cash stuffings and my other things, right? So you gotta upload consistently, and you do need to put time into what you're doing. Third point is, I do think that thumbnails make a difference. So I don't think there's anything special about my thumbnails, but I do continuously try to make my thumbnails brighter. I try to change them. If I have thumbnails that are working for me, I will try to replicate those, but still make them a little bit different. But again, don't just copy what I'm doing or copy what another creator is doing. You have to make something that is unique to you and gets people's attention. So let's jump over to the reach tab. I find this very, very interesting. You guys know I'm only 6 months in, so I'm still learning all of the things. But I think it's very interesting to see how many impressions you had. You can find this over on your Reach tab. So between July and through January, I had 11 million impressions, and out of those 11 million impressions, I had 513 views, which then turned into 15,000 subscribers. So your impressions matter. So if you are comparing your numbers to my numbers, go look at your impressions and see how many times YouTube has put you out there. Because out of 11 million views, 11 million people did not subscribe to me, right? So out of those 11 million impressions, only 513,000 people decided to even click on the video, and then out of those 513,000 people, only 15,000 subscribed. So you really want to look at those impressions before you make comparisons on your subscribers. Now, if you have had 11 million impressions and you only have, say, 1,000 subscribers, then yeah, maybe it's time to look at your approach, look at your content, start criticizing yourself a little more deeply. I really think it just has more to do with YouTube getting you out there, and I don't have content like this, but you can find content that talks about how to make tags on the back end and how to make your thumbnails better, because you want people to find your content, see your thumbnail, and then then be clicking on it and subscribing. So basically what I'm trying to say is I do get a lot of people that are kind of comparing my numbers to their numbers, and there is just a lot that's going on the YouTube side that has put me out there to help me grow as quickly as I have. Maybe I should back up and say impressions are just when people are putting my thumbnail out there to people, and that's not actually when they've clicked on it. If they've clicked on it, then that becomes a view from the impression right down here, right? But an impression is just when my thumbnail has been displayed to somebody, maybe they click on it, maybe they don't. So keeping that in mind, you can see that my impressions, they are slowly trending upwards, but then again, when YouTube decided to push out that one particular video, that is when I got a ton of impressions put out there, and it makes up for a lot of my stats. So that is a quick overall recap of my first 6 months on YouTube. I am sure there are plenty of questions you guys have that I overlooked in this particular video. If you have any questions for me, please go ahead and leave them below. I would be happy to chat with you guys about everything. Okay, quickly, because I don't think I went through this, but my estimated revenue overall, we've already talked about that. My overall playback has been $18.25. My overall RPM has been $11.15, and that is overall for those first 6 months. So I have just been throwing stuff out there that I've been wanting to do. I am still doing things that I want to do, but I think I will be more intentional starting in March of 2022, going on through these next 6 months. So I'm interested in these next 6 months, seeing if I'm a bit more intentional with my tags and my thumbnails and my content, seeing how it might change my revenue and if it might increase my CPM and my RPM, or maybe it is all up to chance and it's all up to YouTube, and the end of the year is really just where it's at with YouTube income. We will see. If any of this interests you, please go ahead and subscribe. I do this kind of content sporadically, but I do tend to focus on budgeting and making money and that kinds of thing. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.